Good evening. It's currently 9 p.m., and you're listening to the 9 o'clock Meltdown, showcasing favorite and up-and-coming local artists with a relaxed coffee house vibe. Plus, interviews, live studio performances, and more. It's all here on 91.3 KUWS Superior. Now, here's your host for the evening, Simply C.
Hi everybody, I'm your host Simply C, and I'm in the studio this afternoon with Charles and Francois Dubois. And yes, they are from France. I made it through the last name pronunciation.
Really good.
Okay.
So here we go. And you guys actually just had a screening of your documentary on Duluth's Charlie Parr.
Yeah, right.
Now, why Duluth? Why Charlie Parr? And you traveled across the pond, across an ocean to get here, and many more states than that. So tell me a little bit about that journey.
Have you go? Oh, I'll start. Okay. We discovered Charlie Parr 3 years ago now during his 2010 tour in Australia. His song 1922 was on air all the time when we were there, so we were just kind of moved and hit it by the music, you know, and then so we just tried to discover who was this guy. And then where we were in Sydney, he was having a show, and we went there, and we were just like, boom, like floored by his music, really, honestly. So we just continue getting news from him, just through the new album, the new release,
Yeah, it
and
was
following.
Rustabout.
Yeah, it was.
I think so. It was Rustabout.
Rustabout.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he came 2 years ago in Paris for the first time at the Péniche à la Main, which is a small boat on the Seine, with the river will go through Paris. And it's a very small, tiny, but very close stage.
Warm.
And warm, very warm, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So we went to talk to him after the show and to say, well, Charlie, it's the first time we met, but we love the music you're doing. There's nothing like that in France, even in Europe, I'd say.
Okay.
So, so you have to come back. The thing is, you have to come back, definitely.
To come back to play in France.
Play in France and share this music and this energy.
Yeah. And Charlie told us that, I would love to come back in France, of course. But actually, I don't have other gigs.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, well, he said, please come to Duluth and come to see me in Duluth to go fishing with my best friend Dave. And and that's it. So we said, all right, okay, we can do something like that, but we can do more than only go in Duluth to go fishing. Maybe we can do a documentary about you, and that's it.
Okay.
So it happened. Yeah.
Right. Very to the point, I guess. So it sounds like Charlie had a really good welcome in France.
Yeah.
Sold out shows and everything like that.
Yeah, well, for now, not too much people know his music, but which one who knows his music will share it, because, he has this kind of energy,
And
really
charisma, I think. Also charisma. He's a person who, where he goes into a room, even if it's a really shy person, very humble.
He don't speak at all.
He doesn't speak much, but he is there, right?
Yeah. Right.
He's got a look when he's on stage that goes right straight to you, into your eyes, and back to your eyes. I don't know how to say it, but it's the kind of guy you can't avoid if he's around.
Captivating.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
He is.
Yeah.
All right. Now, have you guys been filmmakers for long, or is this your first crack at
No,
making a
well,
movie?
we work on the TV.
Okay.
For
For French TV, for the cinema.
Also,
Okay.
yeah.
Also, Charles here he's a sound engineer,
Yeah.
Okay.
and
Francois is a photographer and filmmaker
Mhm.
also. So
Yeah. So, well, it's the first documentary with this team,
Yeah.
like Charles, Julian, and Nicholas, which are not here today, but and I. So this is the first project of the meeting team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Now, to get the funding, you guys, over in the States, we have something called a Kickstarter. People
Yeah.
donate money, things like that. And you guys kind of did the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the name of the one that you
Kiss
had.
Kiss Bang Bang.
That's the
Kiss Kiss
Kiss
Bang
Kiss
Bang.
Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite similar.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
kind of like that name better.
So
But,
yeah, we did it after shooting and editing the movie. It was to raise funds to print the DVD.
okay.
Press the DVD.
Yeah.
To press the DVD and do the translation.
Translation,
Yep.
Mhm.
Translation in French of the documentary, because we really want to share the things
Yeah.
Right,
with
right.
French people, and
Yeah.
moreover, the planet. We have
Mhm.
write everything script, everything in
Mhm.
English too.
Yeah.
So well, it's important for us.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really important. And well, by the way, the Kiss Kiss Bang Bang project was also to do a kind of advertise.
Promotion and
Promotion.
Okay.
and
It's a way to
advertise.
promote
And
it.
Mhm.
to attract people, to get them interested
Right.
in
And get involved
in the
by
project.
this project.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All
So that's
right.
it.
Yeah.
All right.
So
sounds-
that's the way,
yeah.
and it works pretty well actually.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
someone listened to that and
Yeah.
give some money, thanks a lot.
Yeah,
And
thanks a
thank
lot,
you for the
thanks a lot.
interest of.
All right.
Many Dilution gives us
Yeah,
money
Mhm.
to make this project real.
yeah.
So thanks.
Mhm.
And more than money, I mean, thanks to the Dulution community for the welcoming, because it's the second time we're here in Duluth,
Mhm.
and we've been always like really well welcome everywhere,
Mhm.
So thanks a lot for you
Alright.
guys.
All right, sounds like a wonderful thing. Now, to kind of jump back into your lives a little bit,
Uh-huh.
you said, Charles, that you're a sound engineer, and
Yeah.
Francois, you work for the cinema.
Yeah.
Is that kind of a path that you guys wanted to go on throughout your lives, or was it kind of just something that happened?
Wow. No, I think we are just, we didn't decide in some way. We didn't decide to do this documentary,
Mhm.
and otherwise,
Yeah.
all of what we do,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
it just happened.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly,
But-
yeah. To be honest, why not doing another project like that?
Mhm.
But we have to find the right person, and the good time.
Mhm.
It doesn't really rely only on us. It really depends on so much things to do the best and the most truly documentary
Mhm.
as we wanted to do for this one, for example. It's really important for us to be true and honest and just find the right person to do it
Mhm.
and get really I don't know, it must exist some kind of link before we get in touch,
Okay.
so
Mhm.
I think if we are doing, and I hope so, we're going to do more documentaries.
Mhm.
Yeah, just after the shooting of this documentary, a lot of people come to us to say, "Yeah, good job," and when we could see this movie
Mhm.
and these things. And I remember that there is a band called Bowerbirds.
Mm.
You know,
Mhm.
right? And we have talked a lot with them. They are excellent. They are great, and support this movie too.
Mhm.
And maybe it will be the next release. I don't know.
Maybe. Maybe.
All
I don't
right.
know.
Sounds good. So, what is next on your agenda? Are you guys going back to France and
Yeah.
kind of back to your regular jobs?
Not really, because
Actually, I do.
next step is in London.
Okay.
We will be in London the 4th June to do a screening of this documentary.
Okay.
Yeah, at
Mhm.
Rough Trade. It's of trade.
Yeah.
And well, this is the next step, and after that it's promoting the documentary, and that's it. Yeah, but we are in the real life with this documentary, you know.
All right. So kind of like how a band goes on tour to promote their music, you're going on a tour with this film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
sounds
and
good.
we are looking for others, screening other venue to
And
screen
booking,
it, of
yeah,
course.
definitely.
And if people want to see this movie, well,
Mhm.
please feel free to contact us, because
Yeah.
well, we really want to share it.
Mhm.
It's maybe in exclusive news, but
Go ahead.
we will maybe screen it in Minneapolis
Okay.
in September. I think
Mhm.
it's September, for the Yunsin Movie Festival,
Maybe.
maybe. So
Nothing's done yet. but
nothing is done, because we need to found, you know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
to do it.
So
'cause,
please
well,
support the
Right.
festival, so we can screen
Yeah.
it.
There you go. There you
That's
go.
it. Yeah, because as you know, to do this kind of documentary is not free.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. No. Nothing is
And
free. in this
nothing is
world.
free. Well, I don't want to
Fortunately.
talk a lot about money, but
No.
at this point we need, because yeah, it's a lot of time,
Mhm.
a lot of energy,
Mm.
a lot of money to spend to
Right.
do this documentary. So right now, if we want to do another one,
Mhm.
we will need to, you know, how do you
Raise
say?
fund.
Yeah,
to get paid.
Mhm.
yeah, get paid.
Get paid. That's the right word.
That's
yeah.
right.
Raising fund.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. So tell me about kind of your journey over to the States. Sounds like you talked to Charlie Parr beforehand.
Yeah.
You know, he was kind of on board with this idea that you had. You started a Kickstarter,
Yeah.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang,
Mhm.
got those funds to get going. And then where did it kind of go from there? Did you have to borrow equipment? Did you already own the equipment? And then how did you...
Both, actually, both. He owned, Francois owned his own camera
Okay.
and lens,
Mm-hmm.
so which is really the most expensive part.
Mm-hmm.
I do have some stuffs like recorder,
Mm-hmm.
microphones, boom, and so I just borrow a mixer,
Okay.
with a better mixer than I got,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty much it. We're quite well equipped
Mm-hmm.
before going. So
Yeah, but talking about the equipment, I remember, as you have seen in the movie at the beginning, we
Mhm.
see Wayne Robbins.
Right.
Wayne Robbins, this journalist which is in New York. He was a bit surprised to see how we are a light equipment, you know.
Okay. Okay.
And that's part of the project, you know. We don't want to disturb people when we are
Mhm.
here, so we need the
Right.
lighter equipment
Mm-hmm.
we can have. So that's why we don't bring 2,
No.
3, 4 cameras and
Right. Mm-hmm.
a makeup woman and all the things. You know?
Yeah.
We want something natural. We want
Mhm.
something true. So the equipment is. It's a good question. It's a good question. No, really, because well, we have think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you traveled light then.
Yeah.
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 Pretty likely.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then, so you kind of you started off in France and then kind of wormed your way
Mhm.
to the U.S. and then
Yeah.
to Duluth at the
Mhm.
end point. How was that kind of traveling for you? Was it ever nerve-wracking at times? Did you manage to find people to talk about Charlie Parr? Did you
Mhm.
just kind of ask them out on the street, or was it all very pre-planned?
Well, both. I mean,
Yeah.
we with Julian,
Mm-hmm.
we have
We do.
Okay.
written
Mm.
the story of this documentary
Mm-hmm.
during 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, during 6 months before doing the first picture.
Mm-hmm.
So we plan a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
But as you may know, when you play a lot of things, nothing happens
As
No.
you
As you-
expect.
No,
as
it
you
doesn't.
expect.
No.
So
Right.
that is, and well, to say the truth, we we had two documentary to do in America.
Okay.
One about Charlie,
Mhm.
and just about Charlie. It's meeting Charlie Parr.
Mhm.
And well, there is another one which in some way is included already in meeting Charlie Parr,
Okay.
and which is a kind of meeting with America.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
that's why there is in this documentary there is at the beginning a picture of Brooklyn,
Mhm. Okay.
and then pictures of our travel
Mhm.
in the Upper Peninsula,
Okay.
and
Mhm.
well, right to Duluth. But
Yeah,
Mhm.
the idea of the second documentary was taking the excuse of going to see Charlie Parr
Mhm.
during that specific period of time,
Yeah.
which was the last election. You know,
Mhm.
we were there and at the end of September and till the middle of or the end of October.
Mhm.
So we were really close of the election,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
So it was like,
we don't want to talk about politics. Really,
No.
we don't want to talk about
No.
politics. But
but it was an
It's-
interesting time.
it's an
Yeah.
interest time, you know,
Mhm.
just before the election, because people are thinking about their country.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, so I think it's the best moment
Mm.
to ask someone,
Mhm.
what do you think about your country?
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
Right.
that's
This
why
is
we
the
did
best
we did
moment
this
they are
documentary
really
at this
concerned.
time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
All
Yeah.
right. So is that one already done and people can
No.
view that one if they want?
Well,
no, that
it
one's
should
not
be
done.
ready at the end of the year.
Okay.
Okay, and I think we will let it on YouTube or
Okay.
something like
Mhm.
that. You know,
Mm.
it will be free. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Free is good to the other starving artists out
Mhm.
there in the world. So. Now, in your documentary, you actually just had a screening of it with the Duluth Film Festival last night at the
Mm.
cinema.
Yeah.
How was that experience for you? Was it
Mm.
an amazing experience to kind of see your film on a big screen?
Well, yeah, well, we did a premiere of
Okay.
this documentary in Paris last
Mhm.
Monday with Charlie. Charlie was here to play a gig with Emily and Mikkel, and well, I think it was my most exciting night
Yeah.
in Paris.
Mhm.
Since a long time.
Yeah, since a long
Yeah.
time. Really, they share all their energy,
Mhm.
and well, it was really cool. But yeah, get back to Duluth. We were a little bit nervous.
No,
You know, it's not the first time we see our work on a big stream, but
Mhm.
on a big screen. But yeah, it's special here.
Mhm.
There is something, you know, with Duluth, and this documentary. We were really nervous
yeah,
about it to know how people will receive
Mhm.
this
Yeah.
documentary.
Yeah, it's really. It was really important, you know, for us to show it here in Duluth,
Mhm.
because it was like kind of a bet when we left Duluth last time.
Mm.
We were really wondering how could we manage to show the film to Duluth,
Okay.
because it's really where it took place,
Mhm.
you know.
Right. Right.
So it was important to screen it, and thanks to the festival, we could
Thanks to Richard,
to
who organized the
Yeah.
festival.
we managed to do it, you know.
Mhm.
So it was important, you know. Dave was here, and Lane, and all the people who were around,
Mhm.
and we met for the documentary. Were there, and it was it was brilliant and kind of emotional thing, you know. It's
Mhm.
more than having the movie screening on big screen,
Right.
you know. It was more sharing it with us
Mhm.
and watching it with us,
Mhm.
having their feeling about it, you know. So that was the
Alright.
most important thing.
Yes. Well, I enjoyed it, and I believe it was welcomed with open arms
Uh-huh.
you.
here in Duluth. Everybody loves Charlie Parr, and of course, the documentary
Okay.
on Charlie Parr would just be the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
And now, actually, I have a funny story which I shared with you guys last
Yeah.
night, but I'm going to share with the listeners as well.
Uh-huh.
In your documentary, you're actually filming Charlie Parr at the brew house,
Yeah.
Fitker's, playing. And I had stuffed myself behind the white pillar, and I was actually filming Charlie Parr at the same time on a documentary
Yeah.
I was trying to make about Charlie Parr. Now, the difference between yours and mine is yours actually got finished and got
Okay.
the okay to be finished.
But are you keeping?
I kept all the
doing it.
footage, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet.
Oh,
Okay.
Just because you guys have
Sorry.
yours, and
Yeah.
don't want to step on your glory.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I mean,
Fine.
he's the kind of guy, you have to show it. So you got your own point of view on this man,
Hmm.
you know.
Right.
And we all three of us have a personal point of view.
Hmm.
So I think it's important. It's really important to share your point of view on a man like that.
Hmm.
You know.
Well, yeah, it's not a problem if there is 10 other
No.
documentaries about Charlie Parr.
Charlie.
Of course, it's not a problem. He needed because okay, he's a great musician.
Hmm.
He's as Steven says
Mhm.
in the documentary, he's kick-ass guitar player.
Yeah. True.
He is.
He is.
Yes.
Sorry for that, but
No, that's just fine.
but but most of that, he's a human.
Hmm.
He is.
He's a really good
He's
human
a real
being.
human, and human in the first way. Is it correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So and on planet Earth there is not a lot human or human like him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 I've,
So please
He-
feel free to do all the documentaries
Yeah.
you want.
He
But
deserves
well,
it,
we
you
are
know.
proud to do the first one.
there you go.
Yeah.
You broke the ice
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
everybody else.
That's it. So no, feel free.
Actually, when I was still filming for mine,
Yeah.
my professor kind of shot it down. I had to take a different path with my documentary,
Mm.
but it ended up being for the best because I made a documentary on the Duluth music scene as a
Yeah.
whole
Mhm.
instead of just one person.
Uh-huh.
But I remember Charlie was up here to play a radio gig with another one of our DJs, and
Yeah.
he was actually talking about you guys filming him,
Oh.
Really?
and he
Wow.
When was that?
October.
Oh.
It was last year
Yeah.
when
Okay.
I can't
Last
remember the
fall.
months. Yeah.
Just
Yep.
after. Just after we left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It must have been just after you left. But one of my memorable quotes from that was, he said, "Yeah, I took the dog out for a walk, and I'm picking up dog poop, and they're there with their cameras. And I walk into my house,
Yeah.
and they're there with their cameras."
Yeah. He was kind of. He was always saying, and wondering why we were making a documentary about him.
Mm.
Because he doesn't he has a self-esteem problem,
Okay.
you know.
Mhm.
Not really in a negative way, but it could be
Mhm.
if it's getting worse, you
Mhm.
know. It could it could lead him to leave, you know, the front of the scene
Mm.
if
Mhm.
if Emily wasn't there, for example,
Okay.
or for
Mhm.
if no one would have been beside him
Mm,
and pushed
mhm.
him all the time,
Mhm.
I don't think he would have the same career.
Okay.
So he's
Right.
I would like to say that
that's my point of view.
yeah, and that's true because there is something on the DVD, you know, the bonus.
Mhm.
Okay, we have something like 10 more bonus
Okay.
in the DVDs, and one of them is called Tuning.
Mm.
So it's just Charlie at home
Mhm.
tuning his guitar
Mhm.
and talking about life and all these things. And
Mhm.
well, he talks a lot about that, you know,
Mhm.
this self-esteem
Mhm.
problem. I don't think it's a problem, but well,
Yeah.
you say that like that. So
And also in visual neutrality, he just explains how he tried to fight
Mhm.
this feeling.
Okay. All
So-
right. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
quite interesting.
I've always heard that he's a very humble
mhm.
Yeah.
man, so maybe he takes that to the extreme.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's the most extreme part of Charlie Parr. You know.
He seems like a very laid back,
Yeah.
easygoing
Yeah.
kind of
He
person.
is. He
Mhm.
is. He is.
And now, when you kind of met him for the first time, I'm going to assume on his doorstep,
Mhm.
was that kind of like, oh my gosh, we made it, we're here, and now the rest can just kind of fall into place?
Yeah, it was something like that. It was
Mhm.
something like that. But yeah, we met him, and when we were in front of his door,
Mhm.
I remember we have take a look to each other's
Yeah.
and say, we are here.
Here we are.
Here we are. We are in
So-
Duluth,
Yeah.
and that's great.
And yeah, we were
But after that, you know,
quite impressed for the first 5 minutes,
Mhm.
and
you
then
can you can see that on the titles. But I am the directors of the documentary with Charles,
Yep.
Mhm.
and Julian is the writer with me, and Nicholas, and all those things. But I think that the real directors of the documentaries is
Mm.
Charlie Parr himself.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, because as I told you, nothing happened as we expect.
Right, right.
And so Charlie was so nice with us, you know,
Mhm.
and just say, come at home and I will drive you around and
Mhm.
I will show you my friends and all these things. So, yeah, truly, the real director is Charlie.
True. That's
so,
true.
so as soon as you walked on his doorstep, he kind of took it over and
Mhm.
Yeah.
showed you where to
Kind
go.
of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, I remember in the first minutes,
Mm.
we were in his house. We have seen his vinyl collections,
Mhm.
Mhm.
all of his guitars, all of his house, his
Mhm.
family, and in no more than 20 minutes.
Mhm.
Mm.
So it's really open. That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Now, it's been said that Charlie Parr is a very down-to-earth, very honest, humble, caring
Mhm.
guy, and you know, I can see it in your documentary, just because you know I've had my run-ins with him and
Yeah.
things like that. But do you think you kind of portray that in the documentary to people who don't necessarily know who Charlie is?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's you can't do it. I don't think you can do other way
Mhm.
than this way. You know, to be honest,
Mhm.
to describe the character, you have to, you know, to show this. You know, it's so obvious when you're with him
Mhm.
that you can't do it. Another way. It's just
Mhm.
like that. You know. So
All
that's
right.
it.
All right, sounds good. What is your most memorable quote Charlie gave you? Do you have one, or are there too many?
There's
There's too many, of course.
plenty of
But
them.
I remember how I was sad when we left him in
Mhm.
Minneapolis after the gigs at the Caboose,
Okay.
Mm.
Mhm.
and I think he was a little bit too.
Mm.
And so we did hug and
Mhm.
all the things, and well, it was the final point of the story,
Mhm.
and so yeah, it was a great moment, really, 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 and I don't know,
To me,
maybe the first time
Yeah.
we met him in
Yeah.
Duluth, I don't, Charles.
my quote, my favorite quote, actually is in the movie. It's you learn how to be satisfied.
Mm.
That's to me a big lesson.
Mhm.
You know, it's just true. You know, there's, of course, life can be bad
Mhm.
and bad thing can happen,
Right.
but there's always a good way of seeing the bad thing.
Mhm.
So that's a great lesson
Mm.
I've learned being around with him. So that's true.
All right, sounds
Yeah,
wonderful.
you're right. And maybe it is the main point of this movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, to learn how to be satisfied.
Mhm.
For it, we have crossed the ocean, but
Mhm.
now I think with this documentary, people will will know it and don't need to do all these things
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
learn it.
All right.
That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, sounds wonderful. And now for the post-production, the editing, and
Yep.
everything like that, you went back to France to
Yeah.
do all of that
Yeah,
work.
yeah, at home.
Okay, and then how long did that take you guys to actually do?
Well, I did it. So I can talk about it. Yeah, no, so many nights editing, looking at him and this story and all
Mhm.
those things. But it took 6 months,
Okay.
something like that.
Mhm.
But when 6 months, because I was thinking a lot about it.
Mhm.
I wasn't editing every day,
Mhm.
but thinking was it was a big part. But just for the editing, it was quite quick.
Okay.
In a month,
Mhm.
yeah, we have edited in a month.
Mhm. All right.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. And the storyline is really wonderful. You have beautiful images with it, and
Thank you.
very interesting images of Charlie Parr as well. One of my favorites is he's standing on a ledge or a cliff or something, and you're just kind of doing a panorama around him. So
Mhm.
that was fun, and that was also fun to see his little dog.
Yeah, Ruby.
Yeah, Ruby.
Yeah, and this Ruby is a star of this
Yeah.
of this
The-
documentary.
The backyard star, yeah. yeah.
Mhm. All
Really.
right, there you go. His co-star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So it sounds like you guys are going to take this Charlie Parr documentary and your other documentary as well, kind of on tour and
Mhm.
kind of see how it goes. And then, do you have any other documentaries that you are thinking about?
Well, as I told you, there is maybe the other thing with bowerbirds.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, but definitely we are thinking about the future and about also documentary. But for the moment, I can't say nothing about that.
No.
Sorry.
That's quite all right. Now, if people want to get a hold of you either to set up a screening or buy the DVD,
Yeah.
where can they do that?
Okay, well, there is the official website,
Okay.
so www.meetingcharlieparr.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you will have all the information you need
Mm-hmm.
All the
to
contact
contact us.
And the shop.
Yeah, and
The shop
in-
to...
oh yeah, that's true.
Actually-
there is a new thing in this website
Yeah.
from last day, something like that.
yeah.
We put the shop in
Mm-hmm.
So you
the
can
website, so you could order the DVD. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
by the moment you pre-order it, and then we'll get the DVD at
Next week.
least. Yeah, next week.
So it
So
will be ready
as
to
soon as we get the
Mhm.
DVD, we send it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
There's also the fan page, the Facebook fan page
Mhm.
of the project, and then that's it.
Yeah, that's it for Meeting Charlie Parr. But well, we have other projects
Okay.
Yeah.
in France and at the international. Charles has a big project, a really huge project, which is called IDUN.
Oh.
IDUN, IDUN,
Yeah.
and it's fantastic. It's a kind of live cinema.
Okay.
Yeah, which you'd say.
Yeah, Charles, as I told you, is a sound designer
Mhm.
and
I'm a
sound
Foley
maker.
maker,
Okay.
so I'll do it on stage,
Mhm.
and my friend is editing, live editing.
Okay.
We have footage,
Mhm.
and we are live editing and live filming too.
Okay.
And then there's a girl
Mhm.
in the collective who is playing.
Mhm.
That's it. And so that's the other side project
Mhm.
I have.
Okay.
We also have with Francois and another guy, another side project.
Mhm.
which is pretty close from Eden, but with more music,
Yeah.
live music. So it's a big project too,
Mhm.
and so it's live music plus live cinema
Okay.
Mhm.
plus a lot of love, of course, and
Yeah.
all those
Okay.
things. Yeah, and it's called Autant d'Alex.
Mhm.
Autant d'Alex, but well,
Which is difficult to translate because it's a play on word,
Mhm.
a French play on word.
Okay.
To be literally translated, it would be as many Alexes.
Okay.
which means we are all Alex.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
it's
Okay.
time to Alex.
Yeah, or it's Alex time.
Yep.
Okay.
So these are the both way of
Mhm.
getting the title.
All right.
Right.
All right. Sounds good. Well, good luck to you on your projects
you.
and your
Thank
tour.
you.
Your next stop sounds like it's London. Did you
Yeah.
say?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds great. And I hope that you guys can make it back to Duluth
Mm-hmm.
We hope
sometime
so.
in the future.
We hope
Thank
so
you.
too. And thank you for welcoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Thank
of
you.
course.
It was really warm here. I
All
like
right.
it.
Quite warm here.
And meeting Charlie Parr is online, and people can contact you and
Yeah.
tell you how much they love the
Yeah.
film. I love the film.
Thank you.
And
Thank
you very
it-
much.
It's an honor and amazing to meet the both of you.
Thank you
The
very
honor
much.
is
All right.
Sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you.